The soft morning sunlight and found herself waking up to the gentle rustling of curtains as the cold breeze swept through the room. She blinked her eyes open, momentarily disoriented before her gaze settled on the side beside her. Chung lay there, his peaceful features illuminated by the golden glow, his fingers closely intertwined with hers as one stirred the movement occurred on the bed that made Chung's eyelashes fluttered, and he smiled drowsily at her. He was lying over his tummy with his bare back and sheets under his lower tiny waist. "Hi," he murmured, his voice husky with sleep. "Hi," when Chagan replied, her voice equally hushed, not wanting to break the tranquility for the moment. She shifted closer to him, the warmth of his body seeping into hers. The soft fabric of her shirt, which belongs to him, brushed against his bare skin, sending a shiver down her spine. He took her body into his arms as he was protecting her from the whole world. Wen stayed quiet for a few seconds, getting over the peaceful sleep she had after midnight because the couple spent early hours of night in their intimacy. "Last night was amazing," Jungkook said, his eyes reflecting a mixture of contentment and affection. A blush crept her Wen's cheek, carrying these words from his husky voice that she will never get tired of hearing, but today is a new beginning. Wen nodded, her heart swelling at his words. It was their fifth morning together after marriage day. "I love how our families brought us together," she confessed, tracing the intricate pattern on his chest, going towards the tattoos on his shoulders, tracing them carefully. "This is something that we now see too," he replied, closing his eyes with his chin on her head while his fingers going in Wen's hair, brushing them gently. "And that's a connection that's beyond words." As after unspoken words between them, Chang rose up from bed. He looked at him with raised eyebrows. He chuckled and took out his hand in front of you. "Let's go." "Where?" He looked at you with his merry smiling eyes. "I'll show you." The sun is rising higher in the sky, casting a warm and inviting radiance all around. You are standing with your husband at the edge of the terrace. The cityscape stretched out before them. The view was amazing because Jungkook's home was a little outside of the city. Jung wrapped an arm around your waist, drawing you close. You leaned against him, feeling his steady heartbeat against your back. Watching together, the world wake up together, the sounds of distant traffic and chirping birds providing a gentle background symphony. "It's breathtaking," he said softly, referring not just to the view but to the experience of being with him. Chung pressed a soft kiss to your temple, "Just like you," he whispered, his breath tickling her skin. You tilted your head to look at him, eyes looking in a moment of shared intensity. You felt a rush of warmth spread through you, knowing that you both felt the same depth of emotion. He brushed a strand of hair behind your ear, his fingers lingering on your cheek. "I want every morning to start like this, with you by my side. And I want every night to end like last night." He spoke with a playful grin, referring to last night as a married couple. He looked away with shy facial expression. He laughed, a rich and melodious sound that echoed in the quiet space between you both. "Here's something else," you said, his gaze softened. "I couldn't have dreamed of a better partner." Your heart swelled at his words. There was a simplicity and honesty in the way he expressed himself that made her feel cherished beyond measure. "Ryan," he said, his voice filled with different emotions. You hummed, only not knowing what he's going to ask. "I don't know much, but..." He went silent for seconds and then spoke. "There's something bothering you for a while, but you are not sharing it." You gulped but sighed. It's not like I don't want to share it. I just don't know how to share it." You affirmed, he intertwined his fingers with yours as they leaned against the railing. "No one is pressuring you to share what you don't want. You can take your time." He smiled at his words, choice for you, while looking at the view, thinking what you even did in your life to have such a beautiful life partner. After watching the sunrise together, you and Chago went back to the bedroom as it was time for everyone to wake up, and if someone saw you both like this, then it would be so awkward. Jungkook went to take a shower while you prepared his necessities for the office. Just then Changmin came into the bedroom with his sleepy eyes, telling you to help him in getting ready, as his softest doe eyes smiling. Being your weakness, you can't say no to him. And Jungkook came out of the shower thinking that you would be standing in the room, but he didn't find you. But then his phone buzzed He picked it up and saw that it was a picture of Jungmin, his adorable 5-year-old brother in his kindergarten theme uniform, his backpack almost as big as he was. The message read, "My message, Jungmin insisted I had to take him kindergarten. He's too cute to say no to." Jung chuckled to himself, shaking his head at his little brother's stubbornness. He couldn't help but feel a twinge of jealousy that his friend was spending time with Jungmin while he was getting ready for office, even though he knew it was irrational. Meanwhile, back at home, Wan found herself trying to keep up with Jungmin's energy as he sadly prepared for kindergarten. She helped him with his shoes and tidied up his clothes, all while answering his endless stream of curious questions. "Why is the sky blue, Wan?" Nana, Jungmin asked, his eyes wide with innocence. "Because blue is the sky's favorite color," Wan replied with a grin, airing a giggle from the young boy. After a bit of coaxing and a lot of giggles, Van managed to get Jungmin ready and then set off for his kindergarten hand in hand. Her swelled with affection for the young boy who had quickly found a place in her heart. Back at home when Van reached, she quickly went to her bedroom just to find her big bunny with a sulky face. While getting ready, his eyes from time to time staring at the wedding picture frame. He adjusted his tie in the mirror, straightening it with a sigh. Just as he was about to leave the room, the door creaked open and Van stepped inside, a mischievous glint in her eyes. "Jealousy looks good on you, Jungkook," Van teased, a playful smile tugging her lips. She raised an eyebrow, feigned innocence. "I have no idea what you're talking about." She sauntered closer, her gaze holding on with an undeniable intensity. "Oh, come on, don't tell me you're not even a little bit jealous that I spent morning with your cute little brother." Jungkook's lips curved in a smile. "Fine, maybe just a little." She closed the gap between them, her fingers dancing over the knot of his tie. "You know," she began, her tone turning softer, "I couldn't help but notice how you looked at me in the morning when you were going to take a shower to leave for the office." He swallowed hard, his eyes locked onto hers. "And how did I look? Like you want to be the one spending the morning with me?" she whispered, her voice laced with desire. Jung's control wavered as he pulled her even closer, their bodies almost touching. "Maybe I did." A magnetic pull drew them together, their lips meeting in a passionate that spoke volume of the emotion they had been holding back. The room seemed to fade away as they lost themselves in each other, the intensity of their feelings coming to the forefront. When they finally broke apart, Van traced a finger along the collar of his shirt, her touch sending shivers down his spine. "You know," she said with a teasing glint, "I think I like to get you a little jealous." Jung's gaze darkened, his playful demeanor shifting to something more dominant. "Is that so?" he murmured, his voice low and husky. Before she could respond, he claimed her lips, once again gripping her waist tightly, and this time with a fervor that left no room for doubt. Their connection deepened, a whirlwind of desire and affection enveloping them. As the morning sun streamed through the window, their unspoken understanding and the heat of the passion became the backdrop for a moment that solidified their bond. In each other's arms, they found the perfect balance between teasing and intimacy, creating a memory that will linger long after morning had turned into day. As their lips parted, Vine's breath came in shallow gasps, her chest rising and falling with the rush of emotions. Jung's finger tightly brushed her cheek, his touch sending a tingling sensation through her body. "You have a way of turning everything into a challenge, don't you?" he whispered, his voice a mixture of amusement and desire. One's lips curved into a shy smile. "Only because you rise to the occasion so well." He let out a low chuckle, the sound resonating deep within her. "You're playing with fire, Vine." She leaned in, her lips brushing against his hair. "And you're the one who started the flames." The tension between them was palpable, a delicious blend of playfulness and longing. Jung's eyes darkened as he cupped her face, his thumbs caressing her cheeks. "You know," he murmured, his voice a sensual whisper, "I should remind you who is in charge here." Van raised an eyebrow, challenging him with a defiant look. "Is that a threat, Mr. Chan?" He leaned in until their lips were millimeters apart. "Consider it a promise," he breathed before sealing their lips in a searing kiss. The sudden choice of sent a shiver down Swan's spine, hands instinctively finding their way to his chest. She could feel the rapid thud of his heart beneath her palms, matching the rhythm of her own racing pulse. Jungkook was both demanding and gentle, delicate dance of passion and restraint. As deepened, he let his hands roam down back, his touch leaving a trail of fire in its wake, one's finger tangled in his hair, holding him close as if afraid he might disappear. And finally pulled away, their breath mingled in the charged air between them. Sung's gaze poured into hers, a mixture of desire and affection burning bright. "You drive me insane, man." He confessed, his voice raw and unguarded, her lips curved into a soft smile, her fingers tracing pattern on his chest. "In all the right way, I hope." Jungkook's laughter was a mix of relief and longing, always. As the intensity of their passion ebbed, it was replaced by tender intimacy that left them feeling exposed and yet utterly content. One's finger brushed against his cheek, her touch a soothing balm against the storm of emotion they had just ignited. She said, her voice a gentle whisper, "I love this moment, and it's just you and me, no distractions." He nodded, his eyes softening as he gazed at her. "Me too. It's when I feel the closest to you." One's heart swelled with affection. "We'll have plenty more moments like this, won't we?" John leaned in, pressing a lingering kiss to her forehead. "Count on it," he replied, his voice filled with determination. After Jen left for the office, Wan found herself sitting on the edge of the bed, holding a photo frame in her hands. The image within was of young Jungkook, his innocent smile captured in a moment frozen in time. Grandma's words echoed in her mind, a request that felt more like a wish, a hint of nostalgia, and a plea of something she couldn't quite understand. "Can you please, for once, bring Jungkook back to our village?" she said. But now she found herself at a crossroads, torn between her curiosity and the unspoken promise she had made to Grandma. As one gazed at the photograph, a soft sigh escaped her lips. She knew that talking to Jungkook about visiting Busan would be a delicate matter. The stories of the unresolved issues between his grandma and him had created a complex web of emotion that one feared touching upon. Lost in her thoughts, her phone buzzed, drawing her attention away from the photo. It was her elder cousin sister, Bella, who was also her confidant and the person she turned to when in need of guidance. She answered the call with a smile, her sister's cheerful voice filling the room. "Hey Van, guess what? I'm coming to visit you." Van's heart lifted at the news. Her sister had a way of bringing light and comfort whenever she wanted. "That's amazing. When will you be here?" "In a couple of hours. I can't wait to see you and hear all about your married life." Her sister replied, excitement evident in her voice. A warmth spread through Van's lips as she thought about sharing her recent experiences with her sister. But before she could respond, her sister's tone turned conspiratorial. "Van, is something up with you?" "What? There is, so I'll be there quickly." A soft smile tugged at Vine's lips. "Anyway, it's going to be so much fun catching up and maybe getting to know about your sweet romantic married life." As they continued chatting, Vine's thought drifted back to the photo frame in her hands. Chung's grandmother's request lingered in her mind, and now with her sister's impending visit, the prospect of discussing that with Jungkook felt more urgent. Sitting in her living room, surrounded by the warmth of her sister's presence, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. Their laughter filled the air as they shared stories and caught up on each other's lives as the sun set, casting a golden glow over the room. Anne took a deep breath and finally broached the topic that had been weighing on her mind. "Uni, there's something I have been thinking about." Her sister turned to her with a curious expression. "What is it?" "Jungkook's grandmother asked me to complete one of her wishes, to make Jungkook visit Busan and accompany him there." Wan admitted, her voice thick with uncertainty. "Really? That's interesting. Is there a reason why?" "That's the thing." Wan said, her fingers nervously tracing patterns on the table. "There's a story, something Jungkook hasn't shared, and I don't know how to approach the topic with him." Her sister's gaze softened, her understanding evident. "You care about him a lot, don't you?" Van nodded, her heart heavy with the weight of her emotions. "But I don't want to push him into something he's not ready to talk about." Her sister reached out and placed a reassuring hand on Vian. Listen, Vian, sometimes the people we love need a little nudge to open up. It's clear that you both care for each other deeply. Just be patient and let things unfold naturally. But don't leave hope or any idea that could bring happiness for him and for you too. Vian's lips curved into a grateful smile. Her sister's words were a soothing balm to her anxious heart. As the evening sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Bella prepared to leave after a day of catching up and laughter. Vine walked her to the door, hugging her tightly. It was so great to have you here, sis. I'm glad you could visit. Her sister smiled warmly. I had a wonderful time. Take care of yourself, okay? And don't forget to keep me updated about everything. I will. One promised, a mix of gratitude and sadness in her voice as she turned around to the main door of home. Her heart skipped a beat at the sight that greeted her. Jungkook had returned home, accompanied by someone she recognized instantly, Taeyang, his best friend. Both men were laughing as they entered the living room. Wang Chung said with a smile, his eyes lighting up when he saw her. But then he saw Bella standing beside her and greeted her too. Then greeted Ryan with a warm smile and a friendly wave. My sister-in-law, I don't know what magic you pulled over my best friend, that he only thinks about you everywhere and only talks about you. You loved hearing it. Is that so? Tang nodded. Hyung is just jealous of me that he don't have such a good life partner, and me being younger and had already got married. Chang scoffed at getting glare stare from Tang. Okay, you guys talk. I'll bring something to drink. As they all settled into conversation, one couldn't help but notice a brief interaction between Tang and the guest who had arrived earlier, Bella, her cousin. Their eyes met in a fleeting yet intense gaze that seemed to carry a hint of recognition and unspoken connection. The air in the room grew a tad awkward as the moment passed, and Vian sensed that there was something more to this exchange. She exchanged a quick glance with Jungkook, who seemed to have picked up on the tension as well. Vine observed the interaction closely, her mind racing to connect the dots. She caught them exchanging glances when they thought no one was looking, and a sense of mystery surrounding their shared past. When it was time for Bella to leave, Vine hugged her cousin, saying goodbye. As she turned to think, she offered a friendly smile. It was nice meeting you, Pop. He returned the smile, his gaze lingering for a moment longer than necessary. Likewise, Vian, as the door closed behind Bella and Tang, Chung turned to Vian, his expression thoughtful. Did you notice the interaction between Tang and Bella? Vian nodded, her brow frowning in thought. It's like they knew each other from somewhere before. Chung's gaze narrowed slowly. I've never heard them mention any connection. Neither have I. Vian replied, her curiosity growing. But there's definitely something there. Chung's fingers absent-mindedly played with a strand of her hair. Maybe it's too personal for them to share it even with us. Let's leave it to them and see what they do. After a while, you guys are having dinner together. Jung's parents, his grandma and Jung were sitting too while eating. You looked at Jung and then grandma, but then your guest met Mrs. Jung. She nodded to you and kept her spoon back at the plate. Jung's son, it's been a week since you got married. Have you even thought about where you will take Wine for honeymoon? Jungkook, who was calmly eating, raised his doe eyes up to his mother and then you. Mom, I was busy with a little office work, so I didn't think. Yes, Mom, it's okay. We are good here. Why are you good? That's right. Your mother is right, kid. You guys should go somewhere for a little entertainment in life. As you all wish that. Vine can decide where he should go, and the rest is on me. He whispered the last sentence that was only heard by you. Your cheeks turned pink at his words, knowing what he meant. Will Nona take me there too? Chang quickly opened his mouth to say something, but he put a spoon in his mouth quickly. Min, babe, you have your kindergarten classes to attend, right? And who will take care of Mom and me and your Hyung will go? Jungmin will take care, Nana, don't worry. That's like my good boy. You placed a kiss on his cheek, making him giggle. Jung scoffed while eating. So, Vian, have you think about the place? Mom? She looked at Jungkook. I really want to visit the countryside of Busan. As he said, Chung choked on his food while Mr. and Mrs. Jones smiled. Grandma still had her poker face on to see her grandson's reaction. Where? Countryside of Busan. I never visited there with my parents. We went to the countryside of Daegu, but not Busan. Any other place you want to suggest? Nachung was deep in his thoughts. He looked at you to see a hint of another place, but no. No, no, actually, I don't want to go out of the country. I have traveled to a few countries before marriage, but still, first, I want to explore my own country with my husband. He looked at Jungkook, who said, "You're feeling guilty because you were somehow forcing him to go there, but you don't have any chance." But it's not like you will let your husband get bored, no way. You're gonna be the best wife to him, and never once will you let him think about negative things or be sad about his childhood. Alright then, let's go to Busan.